Thanks, Governor Edwards. It's great to see this panel, at least virtually. Certainly not the summer meeting any of us wanted to have, but again, underscoring what Governor Edwards said, that I think that I applaud Governor Hogan for making his chair's initiative about infrastructure. I mean, there's no doubt that infrastructure investments play a critical role in sustaining economic growth, creating good jobs, good paying jobs in our communities. But at this time, these investments are all that much more important during a time when our country is really facing an ailing economy from a global pandemic. And I think we all knew as governors the importance of infrastructure investments and partnerships prior to this. Just really does substantially underscore it, as we've also been the frontline managers of a global pandemic. You know, fortunately, my last legislative session as governor, because I'm wrapping up, coming close to the end of my term, we were able to receive bipartisan support on a comprehensive infrastructure package. And I signed into law Montana's single largest state infrastructure investment to date. But it wasn't easy work. And we had to break a logjam. For many years, legislators were unable to agree how to pay for essential infrastructure, much needed projects to build bridges, to ensure clean water wasn't further delayed. Because in some cases, those delays were well over a decade. With the means to finally fund long overdue infrastructure projects, we're moving forward, putting shovels to dirt on water, sewer, bridges, buildings, and other public works projects across our state. And I think it's important to recognize what this does. As an example, in April, we successfully sold just one of the tranches of bonds, certainly at a historically low interest rate, but on a bond sale of just $33 million, it's anticipated that we'll be creating 400 jobs and also supporting $20 million in wages. So these investments not only make sense for the long term, but on the short term, they actually pay back in good paying jobs and wages along the way. And the projects will be critically important to boosting our economy in our state. As leaders, we have to ensure that we're making sustained investments in infrastructure, especially at a time when it's needed perhaps now more than ever. It often requires innovation and working together at all levels of government and with the private market. And as I think we'll hear throughout the panel, there are different opportunities and challenges when we talk about public-private partnerships across our country. In Montana, at times, actually, our legislature has been a barrier to allowing projects to move forward in partnership with the private side. But our Department of Natural Resources and Conservation, as an example, has a Renewable Resource Development Loan Program. The program provides provides financial assistance for construction of water resources, such as drinking water or irrigation systems and low interest rate. And through the public-private partnerships, we're able to make the investments that protect Montana's waters and keep our communities strong. We're also seeing some interest from private investments to support our efforts, as an example, in providing safe wildlife passages through permeable transportation infrastructure. At the end of the day, I'm certainly pleased that in Montana, we finally broke that log jam of making investments in infrastructure. As we move forward, it's so important that we continue to keep infrastructure at the forefront of the discussion, both for the short term and long-term economic recovery, and in protecting the long-term vitality of our states. This will require continued leadership, partnerships, and innovation, but in doing so, we can really create good jobs and foster a strong economy for the citizens of all of our states. So thanks so much for including me, and I look forward to the panel discussion.